Welcome to a world where the ordinary dissolves into the extraordinary. Hypnotherapists, the unsung heroes wielding the power to transform lives when all hope seems lost. Yet, in the shadows, they offer their gifts for nearly nothing. Enter Aminette Bergagno, founder of the high-end Hypnotherapist, on a singular quest to unite hypnotherapists across the globe. Now, prepared to journey into a new dimension of your mind, where you will reshape your very reality and embrace the path to becoming a high-end hypnotherapist. Will you take the leap into the unknown and claim the extraordinary future that awaits you?
The greatest hypocrisy in hypnotherapy isn't what we tell our clients. It's charging $150 for transformations worth thousands while preaching that mindset creates reality and believing it for them, but not ourselves. What I've noticed is that hypnotherapists believe in unlimited thinking for their clients, but completely abandon those principles when it comes to their own pricing. You tell your clients that their minds are capable of anything, that limitations are just constructs, that they can completely rewrite their reality with the right mindset shifts. And then when it comes to your own pricing, you hit a wall. I can't charge that much. Nobody in my area would pay that. That might work for others, but it won't work for me. Who would pay $3,000, $5,000, or $10,000 or more for a program? It's a real contradiction that needs addressing. You guide someone through profound transformation, help them overcome decades of trauma, and then charge $150 for it, less than they'd pay for a haircut. This disconnect isn't just costing you money, it's undermining the very transformation you create. When you undervalue your work, you're sending clients the message that their healing isn't worth significant investment. And I think you know that that's not true. So let's talk about the mindset shifts you need to make if you want to charge what your work is actually worth. The first shift is to stop selling hours. The first problem is that you're charging for your time when you should be charging for transformation. Think about your client who couldn't fly for 20 years because of a phobia. After 3 sessions with you, they're booking international trips and sending you postcards from places they never thought they'd see. Did you sell them 3 hours of your time, or did you sell them freedom to see the world? When you charge $150 for a session that adds up to $50,000 of value to someone's life through better career opportunities, improved relationships, avoided therapy costs, you are severely undervaluing your work. Think about it. When someone pays a surgeon $20,000 to fix their knee, they're not paying for the surgeon's time. They're paying for the ability to walk without pain. Same thing applies to your work. You don't sell 60-minute blocks of time. You sell freedom. You sell relief. You sell transformation. And those things are worth a hell of a lot more than $150 an hour. The second shift is to drop the charge what you're worth nonsense. One of the most toxic pieces of advice in our industry is charge what you're worth. This is complete garbage. Your pricing has nothing to do with your personal worth as a human being. Let me say that again. Your worth as a person has absolutely nothing to do with what you charge. When you link your fees to your self-worth, you create an emotional mess that makes clear business decisions impossible. Every price increase becomes a statement about your value as a person. Every client who says that's too expensive feels like they're saying you're not good enough. Here's the reality. Your pricing reflects the value of the transformation you create, not your value as a human. This shift alone will free you to set rates based on the actual value you provide without all the emotional baggage. The third shift is to accept that you're running a business. Many of you got into hypnotherapy because you genuinely want to help people. You care deeply about your clients, and you love seeing transformation. That's beautiful. But here's the honest truth. You are running a business, and businesses need to make money to survive. They need to be profitable to be sustainable. Being a good hypnotherapist and being a good business owner aren't opposing forces. They're both necessary if you want to keep helping people over the long term. If you burn out financially and have to quit, how many people will you help then? If you're constantly stressed out about paying bills, how present can you actually be with your clients? If you're cramming 15 to 25 sessions into your week because your rates are too low, what kind of energy are you bringing to each session? Running a sustainable, profitable business isn't selfish. It's the only way to ensure that you can keep serving people at the highest level. The fourth shift is to stop being a commodity. Most hypnotherapists position themselves as generalists who work with stress, anxiety, weight loss, or smoking cessation, just like every other hypnotherapist out there. Then they wonder why clients price shop and go with whoever's cheapest. Here's the truth. Nobody seeks out a general hypnotherapist. They seek out solutions to a specific, painful, and expensive problem. When you position yourself as just another hypnotherapist offering the same services as everyone else, you become a commodity, and commodities compete on price. It's a race to the bottom. But when you position yourself as the specialist who helps executives overcome performance anxiety so they can advance in their career, or the trauma expert who helps survivors reclaim their sense of safety to create the life they've always dreamed of, or the relationship specialist who helps couples reconnect after infidelity, now you are in a category of your own. Specialists command premium rates not because they're better than generalists, but because they solve specific problems with focused expertise. Stop trying to help everyone with everything. Get specific about who you help and what problem you solve better than anyone else. The fifth shift is to rethink accessibility. I hear this one all the time. I want my services to be accessible to everyone who needs help. This comes from a good place because hypnotherapists have great, big, giant hearts. But let's be honest about what's really happening when you try to serve everyone at low rates. You end up overworked, underpaid, and eventually resentful. You spread yourself too thin across too many clients. You burn out faster because you're always worried about money. The truth is, your energy is finite. When you work with 15 to 25 clients a week at low rates, you can't possibly bring your very best to each session. Working with fewer clients at higher rates isn't selfish. It actually allows you to serve each client more profoundly because you have more energy to give. And if accessibility is truly important to you, there are smarter ways to address it than personal financial sacrifice. You can create tiered offerings, group programs, or scholarship spots, but these should be intentional business decisions, not default pricing strategies. Let's talk about something many of you do, keeping your rates low because you're afraid of rejection. When clients easily say yes to your fees, it feels good. It validates you. It makes you feel competent and worthy. But when you raise your rates, you risk hearing no, and that feels like personal rejection. Here's a mindset shift. A no to your pricing isn't a rejection of you or your abilities. It simply means this isn't the right time for the person. This isn't the right fit. This person doesn't see the value. This person truly doesn't have the resources. This transformation isn't a priority for them right now. None of these reasons reflect on your skill or worth. They're just business realities. When you set rates based on the genuine value you provide rather than the validation you seek, you stop needing everyone to say yes. You are looking for the right clients who value what you offer. The seventh shift is to apply your own principles to your business. Here's the final contradiction I want to highlight. You help clients identify and overcome limiting beliefs every day. But when it comes to your business, you accept limiting beliefs like, if I charge more, I'll lose all my clients. No one in my area will pay premium rates. There aren't enough clients who can afford higher fees. If I turn away lower paying clients, I might not have enough work. These aren't facts. They're beliefs. And they're keeping you stuck just like your clients' limiting beliefs keep them stuck. What if you approached your business the same way you approach client sessions? What if you identified the limiting beliefs holding your business back? What if you challenged them with the same rigor you challenge your clients' beliefs? What if you created new empowering beliefs about your business and acted accordingly? The most powerful thing you can do for your clients is model the mindset shifts you're asking them to make. If you can't break through your own limiting beliefs about money and value, how can you authentically help others break through theirs? Let me be clear about what's at stake here. When you undercharge, you're not just leaving money on the table. You're sending a message to the world that profound transformation isn't valuable. You're perpetuating the idea that mental and emotional healing is worth less than physical healing. What if, instead, you built a business model that honored both you and your clients? What if you charged rates that reflected the true value of the transformation you create? What if you worked with fewer, more committed clients who valued your expertise? What if you had more energy, better boundaries, and greater financial stability? That's not just better for you, it's better for your clients. It's better for the entire field of hypnotherapy. The question isn't whether you can charge more. The question is, why are you still charging so little for work that changes lives? If this is something you'd like help with, you may be interested in the High-End Hypnotherapist program. It's designed for introverted, intuitive, and empathic hypnotherapists who want to honor their energy while working with high-caliber clients willing to invest $5,000 to $25,000 for profound transformation. If you're ready to build a business that works with you and not against you, let's talk. Click on the link in the comments or description to schedule a no-pressure conversation.
You've been listening to the Mind Your Hypnotherapy Business podcast, where a new dimension of reality awaits you and your business.